clients. One of the things that we really have strived to do as a firm is to be a firm that educates our clients and keeps them informed. So not just when they reach out to us and have a question, but being proactive in providing them information before they even ask, or maybe before they even know they should ask.
Welcome to Banking on Credit Unions, your leading law podcast dedicated to credit union matters. Hosted by Jim Sorensen from the elite team at SVL Law, where they specialize in collections, bankruptcy, and foreclosure law designed for credit unions. From landmark cases to innovative legal strategies, Banking on Credit Unions podcast is here to shine a light on the legal pathways impacting your credit union. If you want to uncover legal insights designed just for you, listen and join the conversation. Let's get started.
Hey, hello, and welcome to the very first introductory episode here of the Banking on Credit Unions podcast. My name is Richard Matthews. I've got with me all of the principals there over at svllaw.com. I believe we've got Tyler and Jim on the line. Are you guys there?
We're here.
Awesome. Glad to have you here. And also, I believe Blair is there as well, all from SVL Law. What I want to start off with for this just introduction episode to your podcast is, who are you guys and what is it you guys do?
Yeah, so we are lawyers who represent credit unions. We work with credit unions. We are licensed lawyers in Florida and Georgia, and we have clients in both states. And we help credit unions with their legal problems, whether they be legal problems related to collections, bankruptcy, foreclosures, contracts, or other regulatory matters. That is what help credit unions solve their legal problems and issues.
Awesome. So how do you help credit unions solve their legal problems?
Yeah, so our process is what we want to do is become a valued partner with the credit union. So we develop a relationship with the credit union where the decision makers are able to reach out to us on the problems or issues that they're facing, and we can provide legal advice related to those issues. Because we are in the industry, we've worked with credit unions. I've worked with credit unions for 28 years. We've seen a lot, and we've had a lot of experience. So we're able to not only provide the legal advice, but we understand how credit unions work. We understand how they function. We understand the issues that they're facing. And our legal advice is not just knowledge of the law, but it's practical. So we aim to be practical in how we give that advice so it's useful to the client in solving their problems. We also handle litigation needs of our credit union clients. So that would include stuff filing suit on a defaulted loan, or filing to foreclose on a defaulted mortgage loan, or helping them go through the court process to recover collateral that the debtor may be hiding, or preventing the repossession agent getting to, and then, of course, representing them in bankruptcy court when they have that need as well.
Awesome. So you guys have just a whole suite of things you guys work with for credit unions. And one of the things I just want to point out here is you got a whole team of people here with you as well, which I imagine is not even your entire team. What is it that, say, Tyler, you bring to the table, and Blair, what are you guys' different roles here in SVL Law?
My role is I oversee the collections area, and I also assist Jim with various issues related to client and developed relationships over. I've been doing it for 22 years. By developing those relationships, lots of times what we'll do is try to anticipate problems that are arising and then address them. So head it off at the pass, if you will. But that being said, I do primarily collections in Florida and Georgia and bankruptcy.
Awesome. How about you, Blair?
Yes, I'm the supervisor of the bankruptcy department here at the firm, and so I handle mostly bankruptcies, but I also, like Tyler, handle normal collection matters as well as just assisting the credit unions.
Wonderful. So I guess the important question for the podcast is, what is the Banking on Credit Unions podcast, and what's your goal with it in this marketplace?
Yeah, so our goal is to educate our clients. One of the things that we really have strived to do as a firm is to be a firm that educates our clients and keeps them informed. So not just when they reach out to us and have a question, but being proactive in providing them information before they even ask, or maybe before they even know they should ask. And so one of the things that a lot of law firms is we have newsletters and email blasts that go out when there's a new legal issue, a new legal matter that needs to be addressed. We, for years, have conducted a client seminar that we do to educate our clients. We do that annually. So this podcast is really to build upon that and to add to that, to allow us to have another avenue or another channel to provide information to the clients and to get ahead of any potential problems or issues they may be facing. And so we hope to use this podcast to really just complement the other education that we do and to enhance the education we offer.
Yeah, so your goal is really to become a community resource for credit unions. Imagine the information would be applicable to the credit unions at large.
Yes, a lot of it will be applicable to any credit union, especially when we're talking about federal laws or federal issues.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the podcast, again, it's similar kind of thing. You guys have a whole team of people that are there. You guys are going to be covering, you have experts in different areas in your law firm, and I assume you'll be bringing on maybe different various experts. What's your plan for the types of content you guys will be covering over the course of time here?
Yeah, so what we plan to cover is everything from new legal issues that come up, whether it be a new law that's passed or maybe a new court case that impacts credit unions. We also want to address the things that we're just seeing, questions that clients have that we see, and be able to address those. So again, people who've not asked the question can get the answer. We also want to address trends that we're seeing in the industry, things that are on the horizon or things that are starting to impact our clients. We also plan to use it to bring in some experts, not just people within our firm, but people outside our firm who can complement and speak to various issues. And so we're going to be looking to partner with other people in the industry, in the credit union industry, to bring in their own perspective to the show and to add to our own expertise and knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a rising tide sort of resource for credit union and the law. So a couple of final questions here. How often can you expect listeners to see new content, and where can they go to find that content?
Yeah, so our plan is to have a weekly podcast release, to do this show weekly. And you can find the content at our website. If you go to www.svllaw.com/podcast, everything related to the podcast is there. You can from there go to your whatever podcast platform you want to be able to listen or subscribe to the show.
Awesome. So that's svlaw.com. There's two L's in there. It always confuses me a little bit, but svllaw.com/podcast. And it'll have all of the major podcast platforms: Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon, Spotify. All of those will be on there. Jim, Tyler, Blair, thank you guys for hopping on this first introduction episode. Make sure you join us for the next episode where the real content will actually begin. Again, thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us this week on Banking on Credit Unions. Make sure to visit our website, www.svllaw.com/podcast, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Spotify, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too.
When it comes to credit union law, the Sorensen Van Leuven Law Firm has you covered.
Reach out to us at svllaw.com because every credit union deserves top legal representation. Be sure to tune in next week for our next episode.